Alright you guys, so today I'm going to take you on a quick walk around of my C8. I just picked it up at the end of summer, so more closer towards winter. Only had a few days out on it. I live out here in Colorado, so the weather kind of doesn't permit me to drive this car very much. So kind of bought it for the following season, so 2025 for the summer. I've been doing a little bit of work on it here and there, putting some goods on this thing, getting ready for summer. And so today I want to just kind of give you my thoughts on this car. What's my experience been with it, the limited experience I've had with it, right? And I've actually got some new wheels, some new tires, some lowering springs, and some spacers. I'll probably go put on the lift today, throw that on, and should change up the appearance of this car pretty good. So let's take a look at what we're working here with. All right, so we'll have to pull this car out, but let me tell you one thing. I was not planning on purchasing this car or buying a C8 for that matter until I came across a spec online. I saw somebody, a dealership selling it online, and as soon as I saw it, blue's my color. The red accents throughout this thing that you will see literally just gave me no other option but to buy this thing. It's spec'd out exactly how I'd love it to be, and literally a no-brainer. So you're looking at a 2024 C8 Corvette. This does have the Z51 package, which is more of the performance package. So it's got a little bit more of an active exhaust, a couple other engine things, but Z51 package is got the front automatic height adjustment on it. So it's really cool that you can actually program specific locations for where you want that front end to lift up over a bump, over a, obviously not a curb. You don't want to be taking this thing off-roading, but over a curb, over a bump, that's kind of comes in very useful, especially for a lower car, and it's actually going to go down lower. So it's also got the R package. So you see this little Punisher, the Corvette logo here on the hood. Looks pretty sweet, man. But that's the R package. I think that's it's just an appearance package, really. Nothing to do with performance. It's got the R right there. It's got the R on the wheel itself. The cap, kind of what you're looking at here is what you get. It's got black carbon. What up, boys? Where are you up? No, dude, I'm just doing a little vlog. Figured I'd do a little vlog, do a little walk around on the Corvette, make it, give my thoughts on it.
And show them how you're gonna break everything, or what?
I was gonna start.
It was drivable? Yeah, it was drivable. This is before. Now it's gonna sit in the shop for 2 months.
This is before I got my hands on it. Yeah, but what are your thoughts on it about how it sounds? Because I know how we put. Well, you installed the headers, bro.
Yeah.
You installed the headers.
So much better.
It sounds
loud.
Yeah, sounds
well,
good.
Every time you start it up on a cold start, I jump, especially it's unexpected.
Right? It's way louder than
now you're gonna start it. Thanks.
That's crazy.
It even rocks. You see it?
That's crazy, bro. Give it a little rev. Dude, it sounds so good, man. Yeah. That's sick, dude. It's a convertible, so drop it. I want to show them how it goes down. So it's just a button right there. So you got to switch right there. You kind of actually just got to hold it. I think it's, hold it down.
Just turn the car on.
So you got to start the car. This goes up right here. And boom.
It's like a transformer, bro.
Bro, literally. And it happens so quick, bro. Just a few seconds, and it just boom pops in. You don't have to get out of the car, and it goes out the same way, so you don't even have to get out of the car to do any of that. So you got that red interior right there. Hey, it matches your hat today, bro.
Does it?
Yeah.
I got my snap-on hat.
I don't know, why are you in my car, bro, with that clothes on? It's clean? All right, you're good. You're good. So let's go ahead and get this thing pulled out of here. We got to move the F-150 out of this shop. We've got the GTR, pushing that out of the way. We're gonna get this car on the lift. We got some new wheels that I want to throw on there and really fix the stance. So let me get this car out of here. I'm gonna show you exactly what we're doing on it and what's on our to-do list for today. Yeah, let's get in here. Man, I love having a convertible. This was kind of one of my must-have when it came to C8. You saw the roof go down. Made it super easy. Getting in this car is not so bad. It's maybe a little bit more difficult with the camera. But look at that start screen right there. Want to hear this?
See it.
That sounds good, huh?
No. That was the way this thing sounds.
All right, so today, you guys, what we got going on here is, this is kind of work in progress. So these are a stock wheel setup. I believe these are 19s in the front. Let me see here. 19s, yep, 19s in the front, 20s in the back. We're gonna be changing that from 19s, 20s to 20s, 21s. I've got the wheels already in the other shop. They look pretty badass. I cannot wait to get them on here. But before we do, I'm actually gonna go ahead and drop this car lower a little bit. What's gonna happen is, you see that gap right there? So we've got 2 or so fingers that can fit back here. Got a couple fingers that can fit. Yeah, that's so this gap looks kind of ugly. I've also actually got spacers for it. I'm not sure if we're gonna end up using them, but the spacers are gonna basically bring those wheels out a little bit. You see how they're tucked in behind that body molding right there? We're actually gonna wanna bring that out and make it more of a flush fit, more of a tighter fit. Of course, we wanna avoid the rubbing, so that's why I said we might throw the spacers on. I just gotta fit up those wheels first and see where that puts us. But yeah, let's throw this thing on a lift, raise it up, get the wheels out. We got some new E-Bach springs on this thing. Should be a pretty easy task to throw on some these lowering springs. Just swap the old ones off, put the new ones on. All right, let me go ahead and get this thing on the lift and let's get to work, baby. Yeah, it's pretty crazy how they've got this whole undercarriage right here lined up with skid plates. This thing is definitely, yeah, look at this. Yeah, it's all covered up. Didn't you say you lost a bolt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
And that's not fun, as you can see. That's gone into the abyss. It's somewhere around here. All right, let's see what we got here.
I'd like to say thank you to whoever's watching this vlog. Because of you guys, I get to listen to no music because Nick's over here hard at work talking to the camera.
Sorry, man. No Taylor Swift for today. All right, so here we got the springs. Let's do a little unboxing. So we got 20mm spacers from Paragon. That's what I was talking about when it comes to adding a little stance to it, but I'm not sure if we'll end up using these. You got your springs right here. So this is what we're gonna be throwing on there. Your rear one's right here. This is the wrench. So with a Z51 package, you get the coilovers right, and with those coilovers, you can actually, you got a little bit of room to adjust those as well. That's why I got these wrenches, is you can actually, I think you get about 1 inch of play, so you can actually adjust them up or down. And in this case, it might be staying the same because we're already lowering it. So with the wheels and the lowering springs, we might not have to make any adjustments. But in case we do, we got this wrench set right here. So those are gonna come handy. Looks like Smythe over here got the wheels off. All 4 wheels are now off. Are you gonna be dropping the coils?
It's pretty easy. We just gotta get the top hat, and then there's just 121 that goes through there.
Okay. Do we have to go through the inside?
Correct.
All right.
Pull it back down.
So I'm gonna be pulling off this bolt right here, 20 millimeter. I'm bolting it from the top. We'll be able to drop down this coil over the strut, compress those, throw the new springs on. Alright, cool. Gonna do the other side too?
It does mushroom.
Yeah, so you got the lower strut bolts out, both sides in the rear, so those are pretty simple. Now we're gonna go ahead and lower the car so we can get access to the top of the coilovers up top. There's probably gonna be quite a few plastic pieces around there that we'll have to play with to get out and in order to get access to it, and then a few bolts, and we should be able to drop it out. Here's the thing about these convertible, you guys. In order to do any work, the engine's back here. And this is your retractable top cover. So basically you gotta leave this in the open, half open position, pretty much, as far as the top goes. And since your engine's right here, you're gonna have to take all these T15s all the way, what is it?
It's
T15s? T15s all the way around to get that cover off in order to get access to this struts. Cool.
There's those headers.
And those are the headers right there. Oh, yeah. Those bad boys. All right, let's see. Here's our struts. So, strut tower is literally right there, right behind. So, that's actually pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain here.
This new one will do it.
So the easiest way to drop that strut bar is we're pulling back the cover right there, just a couple bolts holding it. So yeah, we're trying to get this upper control arm loosened. The easiest way would be just loosening it right there from the frame. There's a block in the way, so we'll pull that off, and that'll still make it the easiest and the fastest way without having to loosen the axle and upper control bolt, you know. That's definitely the easier way to do it. Let's go. Oh, easy. All right, so we got the rear struts out of the car. Really easy, actually. So we went ahead and, I showed you earlier, took off the block that sat right here, the aluminum block, the two bolts holding the upper control arm to the frame. So loosened both of these up on this side, two on this side, and the strut just popped right out. So I think that's the easiest way to take them out for sure. So now we're just gonna go ahead and get these springs compressed and pulled out of here and throw the new springs up. So that should be it for the rear. Boom. Slides right out. Loosen the bolt up top. Slid right out.
we did that.
Yeah, 3 more to go. Let's see how that works out. All right, let's get these rear springs. So, got the rear spring here. What is it?
Just out. That's just the bump stop.
Oh, it's inside.
So if you ever decide you're gonna jump this thing.
Send it, huh? We're all right?
Yeah, we'll be fine.
It's meant to bottom out. So this is the new one, right? New and original. So just about an inch or so difference, it looks like. Let's see if I can actually line it up a little better. Yeah, not much of a difference at all. Probably an inch or so. Yep. Not much of a difference at all there. You waiting for me?
No, I'll just get a wire this too.
Does that need to go through it?
Yeah, that's the fun part. We can also.
What is it?
It just sits in here.
So we probably need to compress it, huh? Get it compressed and then throw it on. So. All right, so you've got the spring, the new spring, back on the strut. It's all tightened up. Now we're putting the connector back on that wire in reverse, and we're gonna put it back in here on this right side. Make sure everything fits up nice at the right angle before we jump onto the left side, and basically repeat the process with that spring, putting a new spring on. You know, taking off the connector, loosening that top bolt, compressing the springs, loosening the top bolt. Got to do that order. And pulling the old spring on, new spring back in. Boom, there you have it. Hopefully the front ones go as easy as this is going. All right, so let me fill you guys in on the front end. The battery died, so I couldn't actually explain what we did on the front end here, but it's not as bad. There's actually a lot of components to it. Here, I'll show you on this side right here. Get my flashlight. So we're actually just wrapping up that front side right there, the passenger side. But basically, because this does have the hydraulic lift, in order to, you know, I was telling you guys earlier, this thing lowers and drops a few inches to go over bumps. So it has a lot of hydraulics connected to it right here. So we're not gonna mess with disconnecting all of that, you know, trying to pull a strut out. Instead, we're basically just pulling the strut back, hanging it out, and just doing it all on the spot instead of, you know, elsewhere. So we got, which actually on that side proved to be pretty simple in the way to do it. So yeah, it should be a pretty, it is a pretty quick, easy process right here. So what we're doing right now is got the upper control arm off the 4 bolts right here, and I'm gonna pull this out. I think we actually had to drop, yeah, we had to take off the lower bolts, and then drop it back, and yeah, it worked out good. So that side's almost done. We'll get this side done here, and we'll be able to drop this thing on the ground. And I still haven't showed you guys the wheels yet, right? So you haven't even seen the fun part. So those wheels look pretty sick. I'm excited to see them on the car. And then based off that, we'll decide if we gotta add the spacers or not, but excited to see this thing on the ground today. All right, since I didn't get a chance to show you the other side, I'll show you what we're doing here. So we got David taking the last bolt off the top. So this strut is gonna now drop. And once it drops, we'll be able to push
push it out here.
This should be free.
Cool. Yep, there it goes. So there you have it. So same process on this side. I'm gonna go ahead and break apart that cap. A little how-to right here, bro.
Yeah. How to lower your C8, huh? That's what we're doing?
Exactly.
Give you behind the scenes of what happens at Interforce. So let's go ahead and I'll help out right here. I'm gonna show you what Patrick's up to. See if he's any further along. Got a feeling he's actually just taking a nap over there.
You can go check on it.
I was gonna check on him. Just as I thought, you know, 2 hours ago I was at this same exact spot. And guess what? This guy is still at the same exact spot. I swear he didn't even move an inch, bro. Like,
I went around all the whole way at least already.
oh my god.
Now I'm poking my holes, you know?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I'm almost there.
But you know, that's Patrick. This is we're just used to it at this point, you know. We're not even disappointed at this point. It's just is what it is. So boom. The new wheels rolling in. Dude, those are wide. Are they? No, they're the same width, right? These are the old ones. New. You just couldn't wait, huh? You just had to slap them on. You couldn't even get the excitement going.
Nope.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
Dude, that's sick.
It's way better.
That is sick. So 21's in the back. Yep, 21 right there. And those are 20s.
Yeah, that does look actually really nice. You guys already have your spacers on too?
No, it's no spacers yet. We gotta see.
This guy just got all excited right up there or what?
Yeah, that was David, dude. He just got excited. He's like, boom, it's on. I wonder if it needs spacers. Yeah, we could drop it and see. Yep. We just got out of hand there. A little excited. You got a little excited. You're like, wait, guys, get the wheels. Let's go. All right, let's finish this up, and then we could. All right, so we're gonna finish this up. We got a few more bolts right here, you guys, and we'll go ahead and get this thing mocked up on the floor. So everything's tight, right? We double checked.
Yes.
You got the top strut bolts.
Yes.
Nice and tight. So we're getting the wheels on right now. Let's see a test fit right here. That looks sick. That looks sick. All right, so a little update. We've got the wheels mounted. David is torquing them down real quick. So before we decide what the next step is, if we need to lower it down, remember we have those coil, those strut spacers or strut wrenches. So we have those to help us lower that stock suspension. We actually have a little bit of play there. But before we do any of that, what we're gonna do is actually just drop this car on the ground, go for a ride, because once the suspension settles in, we will be able to see, you know, what the true fitment of this thing is. And then from there, we'll decide if we need to go lower, wider, we'll decide. But here's how it looks right now. So here's the fitment at this point, right? So we've got we still have a big gap right there. So that's kind of what I'm hoping to see close up once we take it on a ride. But man, it looks sick, gorgeous. And then up here, similar deal. Still a bigger gap than I would want to see. I think we have room for an inch or two to be dropped. But I think that is what's going to happen once we let the car settle in here. So go and take it for a ride, let it settle in, and we'll be able to tell what we actually got to do. So here's the update. I just took it for a quick test drive here, and it did drop a tad. So it's now a tighter fit. I don't think we're gonna be doing spacers because it's already a pretty flush
Let me see if I could zoom in here and show you. You can see that it's a pretty flush fitment back there. So I think we're gonna keep it that way. For now, this thing got, it's not even summer yet, so this thing got all the love that it needed here before summer. We'll probably get back at it and kind of take another look at the stance, see if we're gonna do anything else. The one thing I want to say is the tires. They're pretty skinny. So the old ones that we've had on there, those were 30s. In the back, they're 25s on this set. So that makes quite a bit of difference in the gap that we have. And I'm not sure if I want to keep. I'm not sure if I want to keep them that skinny, because with skinny tires that skinny, what happens is you lose the ride quality. So there's a lot less rubber there bracing you from the impacts, you know, from the road. So it's much more soft to ride if I go with a, say, a 30 inch, or not 30 inch, but 30 millimeter tire. So that's what I'll probably end up doing. Put some bigger wheels or tires on it, but the wheels look great. It looks lowered. It looks much better than before. So yeah, we'll just have to update the vlog. But for now, this is what we're working here with. This thing looks badass, man. I guess this is like my first vlog moment, right? I'm gonna be vlogging a little bit more of what happens here. Man, I am dirty. I'm gonna wash my hands. I'm gonna be recording a little bit more about what we do here, what I do here. Specifically, run the business Interforce, my day-to-day, the crew. You know, I've over the last 4 or 5 years, we've been slowly growing, and I've been slowly hiring some guys here and there. You met Smythe. He goes by David, or his first name's David, but we call him Smythe, just because my business partner's name is David. We got Smythe, we got Patrick, a bunch of cool guys on the crew, the production team. So we do a lot of fun things, and that's what I'm gonna be vlogging, man. I'm not gonna be committed to one single thing of vlogging or tell you this is what to expect. Today you just saw me, you know, put together my car getting dirty. That's not what you should expect all the time, but it's kind of my adventures, you know, something fun, something that I like to do on a daily basis. That I'm not going to commit too much to you guys until we maybe find a direction that you guys enjoy seeing and I like doing. So it's going to be a vice versa type of situation. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the vlog. If you have anything you want to see on this vlog, any questions, even on the C8 part, you know, us adding those Paragon springs on there, drop a comment and I'll get back to you. So, all right, have a good day.